Wednesday! Time to go hire some people. Alright, we talked about resume last time. Now we're going to talk about application. If you don't have an application that you send out to somebody to fill out, send an email to us and we'll send you an application that you can just rip our logo and footer off and put yours on it. Okay? I'll give you one document you can use, and that is an application. Okay? It is so important that you send a document to them wanting to know what you want to know. The resume is what they feel like, oh, I think I'll let you know this about my life and that about my life. An application is a lot more detailed. Interesting concept. We actually put what's your favorite book and what's your favorite movie on the application. Why do we ask that? Because I can immediately kind of disc profile them based on their answers. They put like Roadhouse on there. I know they're a little bit more aggressive, stern, you know what I mean? You know, they put Dancing with the Wolves, and I'm like, oh, okay, they got a little bit of feelings with them. So you can see just on those answers how we can formulate what we're looking for. It also puts in there, where's your ideal boss look like? What do you look like when you're dressed at work? How much do you want to make at work? There's a lot of information that you can ask in an application that you can then, with the resume, compare your resume answers with your application answers. Do they match up? Are their hobbies the same? Are we also looking at their list of references? Yes, we do call references people. That is mandatory. Even though they only put their friends and family cell phone numbers, there's no office numbers that are on there. What I do is if they say, you know, they're senior vice president at Remax, what I'll do, I'll go look at Remax, look at the person on LinkedIn and get their office number. I will not call the number that's on the resume. Just so you know that. Especially when they're corporate jobs that are coming in. So there's a lot of tricks that go around to that. But if you look and see what's your ideal job look like, where is it at? What do you dress like? What are you doing? And how much money are you making? You'll know if they're in line with your goals. And then we also ask, if we called your last employer, what were the greatest weaknesses that you had? We're going to see if these people are humble enough to know that everybody has a character defect. And they have to admit, look, I just don't do good at this. I want somebody to admit that, because it's going to come out during the interview questions anyways. So it's very, very important that we are looking at the application in full. The next step, did they fill out every section of the application? If they skip sections, do you think you're going to get a full contract when they're out representing a buyer or a seller? No. It means you're not detail-oriented. That's what that means. And also, it's a handwritten form, so you can see how the writing is. You can see a lot about a person. A lot of people don't ask for an application to be filled out. So when we run ads here and when we coach our clients, we run an ad, resumes come in, and then we send an application and a link to an Intermetrics. And we use Talent Geniuses, John Pike's Intermetrics is who we contracted through. So they get a full Intermetrics with a single index on it. That's going to be the next week that we're going to be talking about. So that's step 3 in the process. So as you can see, we've looked at the resume. We now have the application. Does the application line up with what they're looking for in a company, how the company's structured, what they're doing, and how much money they're planning on making? Is it realistic? Yes or no? And then we can also look to see what kind of personality they are based on their answers that they have. All right? So, number 2, application. Resume number 1, number 2, application. By the time you see the next video, we're going to be talking about the DISC or the Intermetrics. All right? God bless. Talk to you next Wednesday.